Good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are fit and fine at your home. Welcome back to the new learning session. I am Mrs. Shilpa Jain, your biology teacher from Shri Gauri Shankar Higher Secondary School, Gwalior. In my previous videos, I have already explained you fission, the types of fission. Hope you all enjoyed it. The topic which we are going to learn today is budding. It is the second type of asexual reproduction. So, my dear students, let's start. Asexual reproduction takes place by budding also. Budding is one of the most important asexual reproduction types. Budding occurs in some protozoans like Phylloda, certain lower metazoans, sponges, that means cycone, some coelentrates like Hydra, flatworm like Planaria, annelids, and tunicates. Now, what do you mean by bud? Do you know? Bud, that means a tiny outer growth. We can say tiny growth which is produced on the parent body. Bud means tiny growth which is produced on parent body. Or we can say a small outgrowth, that is called bud, from the body of animals. On the basis of where is this bud produced, would we deciding their types. It is important. On the basis of where is this bud produced, would be deciding their types. It is also present in Vorticella also. Budding implies irregular fission resulting in a small daughter individuals in the form of a bud. Later on, this bud is cut off from the parent body and grows into full individual. This type of budding where only one bud is formed is called monotonic budding. The multiple budding may be found in Suctoria. Now, I will tell you the type of budding. On the basis of where is the bud produced, would be deciding their types. Number one type is exogenous budding, and number second is endogenous budding. Students, outgrowth, that means bud, is present on the outer side of the parent body. This is called exogenous budding. That means outgrowth is present on the outer side of the body, that is parent body, that is called exogenous budding. For example, yeast and Hydra. Both are unicellular organisms. The bud is supported by the parent body, and it ultimately develops in a new individual. When the bud grows inside the body, that is called endogenous budding. Which is present in, or we can see in the spongilla, only fresh water sponges. Endogenous buds which are produced, they are called gemmules. You know very well, the bud is supported by the parent body and it ultimately develops into an individual. When it becomes fully mature, when it becomes fully mature, it gets detached from the body of parents and leads an individual life. Here is one note for you. In some cases, these individuals may remain attached to the parent and become a zooid of the colony. That example is Saifa. In the endogenous budding, endogenous bud which are produced, they are called gemule. Endogenous budding is the process when the bud develops inside the parent body. Inside the parent body, that is called endogenous. Example, spongilla, or we can say sponges. It is belonging to Porifera phylum. You know very well. Now I will tell you the example in detail. Budding in yeast. Budding in yeast. Under favorable conditions, a small outgrowth, you can see small outgrowth, arises from one or more than one place of yeast cell. This is called a bud. Buds grow in size. The nucleus of yeast cell divides and one of the two daughter nuclei passes into the bud. Here, passes into the bud. Buds get detached from parent cell by a constriction and can survive freely or remain attached with the parent cell so as to form a chain of cells called pseudomycelium. So see the structure I have drawn for you. So it is budding in yeast. Now the second one example is budding in hydra. Look at the picture. Budding in hydra. In hydra, the buds may be cut off from the parent body which grow into new individuals. Budding in hydra takes place during the summers when the animal is well fed and healthy. Now look at the picture. This is a picture of hydra. Hydra have so many tentacles, and this is parent hydra. Tiny bump appear here. Look at the picture. Tiny bump appear, and then gradually after growing, it developing bud properly with the tentacles. Then the new bud grows fully and it is matured. That means fully matured bud appears, and after full growing, then the buds break off. That means new hydra is formed and break up. Means when it becomes fully mature, it gets detached from the body of parents and leads an individual life. Now let's come to the endogenous budding. Example, gemmules in sponges. Now look at the picture. Gemmules in sponges. To understand this procedure, we have to learn the structure of sponges. It is basic structure, that is substratum, and it is body wall, and outer body wall is porous. There are so many pores. and this is main opening. Okay. Now the gemmules are on inner side. These are the gemmules. So many gemmules are on the inner side of the sponges. When the birds are fully grown, when the birds are fully formed, they released outside of the water. They release outside of the water. They coming and they coming. After the releasing, they coming contact to substratum through the micropyle and grow in the water. Now, you can see the structure of a gemmule in sponges in detail. See here, this structure. It is surrounded by gelatinous material, and this neck is called micropyle. And look this pink color balls. It is central mass of the cell. It is gelatinous material filled into the inner structure. There are some needle-like structure are present which are called spicules. This inner layer is called archaeocyte, and spicules are called endoskeletal structure. Spicules are called endoskeletal structure and for the protection. I hope you enjoyed it. I will tell you once again, budding in sponges in detail. While in some sponges like spongilla, a fresh water sponge, the budding is endogenous. This budding type is endogenous. As a number of birds called gemmules. These structures are called gemmules. Are formed inside the parent body. Each gemmule of spongilla is a mass of undifferentiated cells. These are called archaeocytes. Surrounded by the protective layering or protective coat of spicules. Gemmules help in the perennation and dispersal during the favorable condition. Archaeocytes come out of gemmules through the micropyle and form a new sponge. And new sponge, they come in contact to the substratum through the micropyle and grow in the water. So, dear students, I hope you enjoyed it. Now once again, I have finished my lecture by budding. Okay, so this is the second type of the asexual reproduction, and budding occurs in the some protozoans like Phylloda, certain lower metazoans like sponges, and some annelids, Hydra, flatworm, planaria also. So there are so many examples of budding. And you know very well what do you mean by bud and what is the meaning of budding. So my dear students, that's all for today. I hope that all of you have understand this topic. Thank you for listening to me carefully. See you soon in the next session. Take care. Stay home. Stay safe. Bye-bye.